formulas in 10 minutes. Today we are going to talk about Xiao Chai Hu Tang. So Xiao Chai Hu Tang, the English name, minimum Bupuleurum formula, in Chinese, Xiao Chai Hu Tang. So we are going to start with Xiao Chai Hu Tang function. The main function for Xiao Chai Hu Tang is to harmonize the Shaoyang stage, the gallbladder and the triple burner, and then to harmonize the yin-yang, the interior and the exterior. So first we have, in order to understand how to use this formula, we have to understand what is the Shaoyang syndrome. So the Shaoyang syndrome was first proposed by Chan Zhongjing in his book Shanghai Lun. So the theory of the 6 stages. Okay, so it's really easy. So how we understand this? So according to Chan Zhongjing, so he talks that all the pathogens or the external things that can attack our body, they can go through 6 stages, you know. So depending on which stage this pathogen is standing, will create different symptoms. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Shaoyang syndrome or the Shaoyang stage. Okay, so it's really easy how to understand it. We are going to imagine there is a mosquito here in the room. Okay, and then I'm going to splash the mosquito. So the mosquito is going to get stuck between my hand, you know, so this hand that is up and this hand that is down. Okay, so this we are going to call it the exterior, and the other hand, the hand that is down, we're going to call it the interior. Okay, so if you're trapped in the middle, you're not even in the exterior or in the interior. You got that? So it's really easy. So the exterior part it calls Tai Yin, okay, and the interior it calls Yang Ming. So if it's in the exterior, if the mosquito is here in the exterior, you will present symptoms like common cold, you know. And if it's in the interior, you will get more complicated symptoms, okay, or diseases in this case. But what happens when the mosquito is in the middle, when it's not inside and there is no outside? That's what will happen. It calls the Shaoyang syndrome. So the Shaoyang syndrome mainly is going to have one characteristic, and really important characteristic. The patient will present cold and hot. So here we say chills and fever. Okay, so the patient will have chills and fevers. So the patient by time is going to be hot, and other times is going to feel cold. Also, not necessarily the patient will have fever all the time, you know. Sometimes it can be only hot, you know. So this is the main symptom, and is to know if it's a Shaoyang syndrome, we have to know this symptom. Okay, the other symptoms that are going to accompany this syndrome are symptoms that they are not always there. Okay, so we are going to have bitter taste in the mouth, blurry vision, nausea, vomiting, vertigo, pain, palpitations. Okay, we can have a lot of different symptoms. The first thing, remember, the first thing we have to see, chills and fever, hot or cold. If the patient has feelings of hot and cold, you know, after he catch a cold or suddenly he starts to feel like that, so then we're going to think about Shaoyang. Second thing, how to know if it's Shaoyang, we are going to also do the tongue diagnosis and the pulse diagnosis. That is really important for Chinese medicine. So the first thing, we are going to check the tongue. So you are going to check the sides of the tongue, okay? The sides of the tongue are going to be slightly red. That's going to show us the gallbladder position or the Shaoyang, okay? And that will mean that the pathogen is there, okay? The pathogen or the external things that are affecting our body. And the second thing, we are going to see here the quoting, okay? Is going to be a slightly yellow or usually white, okay? And that's going to show us the triple burner or the digestive system. And the pulse is going to be wiry, always wiry pulse, okay? And so if the patient has chills, I will review again, chills and fever, hot, cold, okay? Plus this type of tongue and a wiry pulse, so that's a Shaoyang syndrome, and that's when you are going to use Xiao Chai Hu Tang. That's the main use for Xiao Chai Hu Tang, okay? So right now we are going to talk about three things we can use Xiao Chai Hu Tang, like in which kind of diseases we can to use it. Okay, the first one, Shaoyang syndrome. We just explain it all the time, so you know. Right now, the second one, it calls heat enters in the blood. Really easy. This condition is going to happen to women because it has to, it is related directly with the period. Okay, so in this case, the Shanghai or the pathogen, okay, these things that are affecting the exterior enters and is also stuck there. But instead of giving other symptoms like, I don't know, like nausea, vertigo, this woman is going to experience an abrupt amenorrhea. Okay, so her period will stop. So the period will stop, and then this patient also will have fever and chills. Don't forget, fever and chills, that's the main key here. Okay, the third disease we can treat with Xiao Chai Hu Tang is going to be malaria and jaundice, okay, other type of diseases. Malaria and jaundice also, what we share in common, these three diseases, chills and fever, cold and hot is really important. Plus, remember, the tongue diagnose and the pole diagnose, that's really important. Right now we are going to talk about the ingredients of this formula and why we use these ingredients together. So I will explain it in a really easy way. We are going to divide it into three groups, okay? So we have here the most important one, I put it in the middle, and then we have two groups, okay? Two big groups. So the most important herbs, we have here the Chinese name. I will read the Chinese name. You can see the translation besides, okay? We are going to use Chai Hu and Huangqin, okay? So Chai Hu we are going to use 24 grams, and Huangqin we are going to use 9. For what we are going to use this? So what is the main function of this formula? To expel that pathogen from the Shaoyang, yes? So we are going to harmonize the Shaoyang. So that's what we are going to do with Chai Hu and Huangqin, and that's why we are using 24 grams of Chai Hu to expel that pathogen, okay? The pathogen is strong, that's why it's staying in your body, so we have to take it out from there. How to take it out? 24 grams of Chai Hu, okay? It's going to help us to expel the pathogen, and then Huangqin is also going to kind of like support this function of Chai Hu. It's going to support and it's going to help him to expel this pathogen, and also is going to expel hot, okay? So usually the people that experience this syndrome, they have hot condition, okay? So if you check the size of the tongue as I show you, it's slightly red, so that means that the person is hot, okay? Really easy. The second group of herbs, we are going to treat the digestive system related symptoms, okay? So usually we have digestive system related symptoms, or symptoms that are related with the triple burner, okay? Or in the theory of the 5 elements, we're talking about wood and earth, the wood attacking the earth, okay? Really easy to understand. So we are going to use ginger and banxia, okay? Shengjian, banxia, okay? Each of them, they're going to have 9 grams, but it can vary depending on of how severe are the symptoms of the patient. So in this case, we are going to use it to harmonize the stomach qi. So we are going to make the qi descend. So in this case, it's for patients that present nausea. I mean, usually when you have this kind of syndrome, the patient experiences nausea and everything. So if it doesn't experience that much nausea, we can use 6 grams. Okay, but if it's too strong, we can use up to 12 grams. Okay, and the last one. The last group is going to be the ones that tonify. Okay, so we are going to use 3 herbs to tonify the qi. We are going to use ginger. Okay, ginseng. Okay, ginseng, renshen. We are going to use that. Okay, a date and shigan cao. Okay, so this one is honey fried. Why is honey fried? Because we want to tonify. Okay, so here the main factor to use these 3 herbs is to tonify the qi. So what we want to do, we want to build up resistance to expel the pathogen. So we want to kind of like to boost your immune system, you know, you can actually understand it like that. So we want to give all the strength we can to expel that pathogen. So remember, the pathogen is there because you are weak and your body couldn't took away that pathogen. Okay, so we are going to use we're going to tonify the qi, so your body is going to be strong enough. We're also going to use 2 herbs to expel it, you know, that is Chai Huang Wanqin. And then also we are going to treat the other symptoms that the patient might experience at the same time, okay? So remember, the main characteristic for this formula is to harmonize the Shaoyang, okay? And to build up resistance. So don't forget, chills, fever, the pulse, the tongue, okay? Why we pulse? The tongue. And then we can use this, okay? We can use this formula. So remember, we have to build up resistance because the patient is weak, okay? He couldn't took out the pathogen, so we want to help the body to build resistance, okay? We're going to talk about other symptoms. You can actually read it, you can pause it, and I will explain really fast, okay? So if the patient presents irritability, okay, we can use gualo, okay? Gualo, here we have the English name. So also here, if you, for example, present thirst, we usually use Tianhuafen, okay? So thirst, and then we are going, in this case, we are going to expel the heat. Remember, there is heat inside. So the heat, if the heat is too much, we are going to use Tianhuafen to generate more fluids inside, okay? Also, if you present abdominal pain, we talk about it like the 5 elements, wood, attacking the earth, we are going to use Shaoyao, okay? Shaoyao, it helps to soothe the liver, and it stops pain. If you have a heart lump, we can use Muli, okay? Muli, okay? We'll terms of if you feel palpitations or urinary retention, we are going to use fuling or the Indian bread. Is really good as a diuretic and also will help for any symptoms related to the heart, okay, like palpitations or uncomfort in the heart or things like that. Okay, pretty easy. Next one, if the patient feels thirsty, not thirsty, but it feels hot, it means the pathogen is there, it's stronger. So we want to use wage, okay, a plant that helps us to expel external pathogens through sweating, really easy. And the last one, if you cough and it's because you have cold in the lungs, so we are going to change the ginger for dry ginger to warm the lungs, okay, and then we are going to use weights, okay, weights and dry ginger here. So we are going to warm the lungs, then the cough will stop. Besides this, to finish the class, we are going to talk about some acupuncture points and how to treat this symptom with the acupuncture points. Okay, this syndrome with the acupuncture points, or these acupuncture points also work as this formula, the formula Xiao Chai Hu Tang. Okay, so it's really easy. So what we want to do with acupuncture is the same. We want to harmonize the Shao Yang, okay, but also we want to expel the pathogen, and then we want to clean the heat inside. Okay, so it's going to be really easy. How to harmonize the Shao Yang? 2 points. We are going to use 3 points actually. Sorry, 3 points. We are going to use Guai Wan, okay, Yang Ling Quan, and Zhong Zhu. Okay, these 3 points are going to help us to harmonize the Shao Yang. Then we are going to use Su Ling Qi to expel the heat from inside, because remember this, in this type of disease we have heat inside. Okay, the patient usually feels hot more than cold. Okay, then if the patient presents symptoms like pain in the dorsal area or stagnation of qi, we are going to use these 3 points. Okay, Qimen, Dianshi, and Taichong. Okay, these are like extra points. Okay, so according to the patient symptoms, we can use these 3 points. It helps us to move the qi and also to tonify. Okay, and the last 2 points we are going to use to expel the pathogen is going to be function and that way. We use these points for common cold, but it's also going to help us here to expel the pathogen. Okay, so right now, to finish the class, we are going to do a short review. So remember, today we study Xiao Chai Hu Tang. Really easy. Remember, you have to have chills and fever, hot and cold, the tongue and the pulse. Okay, and you're going to have other type of symptoms. That doesn't matter what kind of symptoms they have. We have 7 herbs. Okay, remember 3 groups. 1 to harmonize the Shao Yang, other 1 to be lab resistance, and the other 1 to help us with the other symptoms we have. I hope you like the class. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.